Arthur. Hmm. Where you been? Buddy. Arthur. Where you been? Huh? Who you looking for? Oh, turd ball. I see your butt. I know you're up there. I see you. Arthur. Look. Arthur. If you poop down through there, I'm going to be pissed at you. Yeah, I see you. What are you doing? Come here. You're not a pigeon, you're a turkey. Come here. You're so contrary. Arthur. Yeah, you see me here. Yeah, you strutting up there. Yeah. Okay, you stay up there. Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. How is everybody? I'm doing fine. Hubby's doing fine. It's almost Friday. Hooray, hooray. So what's new with everybody? I hope there's something new. Definitely. Now, I just, actually not too long ago, got finished watching one of my favorite paranormal channels. In this case, they were just doing an investigation of a location. The Elementals. 2, sometimes 3 young men from England. They do great explorers. They do great paranormal. Love their channel. Always look forward to their stuff. Check them out. By all means, check them out. Just like with my friend Keith, Urban Paranormal. Check him out. Cool. He does explores, paranormal investigations, and he also reads some of the paranormal happenings from Liverpool, where he lives. But the Elementals, these guys are good. I really like them. Check them out. Check both those channels out. Yeah. I was going through all my cards because I did more today, and I thought I was almost out of these, but then I found 2 more, but I'm running out of cards. It isn't one, it's another. These, I don't know, is this all the way out? These are all the regular cards. I ran out of the cream, so I used the ones I was just thinking would be for Christmas. I started using those today. That's a lot. An awful lot. And then I realized this is all I have for Christmas cards. So, I have to start doing some of them. Yep. So today, hubby read that it had, or was it yesterday? He read today that Ottawa is apparently the first city, I'm guessing it's in Canada, to make it mandatory to wear a mask while on transit. But as he read further into this article on the internet, it expressed that people were not going to be forced to wear masks. And there's an understanding that some people, as those with asthma, cannot wear a mask. So that would be fine. They wouldn't be required to wear one. So my thing, maybe I'll just put this, was how many people are going to say they have asthma now so they don't have to wear one? And then my question was, if it's supposed to be mandatory, then why are you saying that if a person doesn't want to wear one or doesn't have one, they don't have to worry about it? They'll still be allowed on the bus. On one breath, you're saying it's mandatory. If you don't have one, you don't get on. Now you're saying it's mandatory, but if you don't have one, we're not going to say you can't get on the bus. So, which is it, right? I don't know. I don't think they know either. Crazy. And then let's see how the social distancing goes with that too. That'll probably be flushed down the toilet too, and it'll be just like it is now. But that's why we love our transit system. Anyways, that's my little bitch for the evening. I don't know, that was playing in my head today. Like, how stupid. But anyhow, then with our weather today, it's been cloudy and sunny, I started thinking about the cottage. No, not the cottage at first. No, it was the farm. Friends of my parents had a farm. The younger family now, I believe, is taken over. Their son did, and likely by now it's probably the son's son who's taken over it. And we used to go there quite often. And because they were so close to the family, I knew them as aunt and uncle, respectfully. And some of their kids I would call my cousins. Because all my cousins are older than me. Much older than me. So I started thinking, of course, about the paranormal. And I remember... Oops, that didn't work. Now, we always went into the farmhouse through the kitchen. We never went in through the front door, the actual front door. Don't know why, but we never did. So, I have vague memories of the front part. I believe there was a big staircase there that I can remember. But they had always told me there was a ghost there. That's why they never used that part of the, that's why they never used the front part. That's what my cousins said. So, of course, I believed them. But then this is the same people, well, the son anyways, telling me that a guy sitting in a fishing boat on the lake was a Loch Ness Monster. Back then, I really didn't know what the Loch Ness Monster was, so I believed it. Scared the heck out of me, but I believed it. Then, for some reason, I know I'm just babbling tonight. I started thinking, how do you think of that? That cute? I started thinking about one night my mother was having, and my aunt were having their wine and cheese, where I could only have the crackers and cheese, of course, at that tender age. And when we were leaving, I remember how the wind was that night. We're walking out. We always went out. See, even there, we didn't use the front door very much. It was always through the side where the kitchen was. I don't know why. But we always did that for some reason. I don't know. But, yeah. So we went out the side, and the wind in the trees was crazy. I mean, the noise, you know how that noise can be. And I vividly remember looking up into the trees and just seeing the branches and the leaves all moving. And the first thing that came to my mind was, is there a witch out here? Then the next thing that came to my mind was, is there a ghost out here? Crazy what your mind goes to when you're young. But just the noise and the sound, like just the sound of it. And even though I was scared, I don't know how old I would have been, but even though I was scared, there was another part of me that just wanted to dive right in, you know. The thought of a ghost being out there and amongst these leaves or just going everywhere. Still on the branch, but just like they're all partying. That's the only way I can think of describing it. It's like I wanted to soak up that experience, that feeling. I just wanted to get into that, I guess you could say. Weird. But it was just something inside of me that was like, yeah, this is something that I think is really interesting. Even though it's scaring the hell out of me, it's just something that I feel I need to soak into me. Oop, that one's gone. It just has to become part of my being, I guess you could say. And maybe that's when actually my interest in the paranormal started. Even though I wouldn't really think that it would have at that age, but that may have been it that sparked it. It really could have been. But just remembering the green and the leaves and listening to that wind, that was just, it was just something. And like I said, it's just like you want to soak in the experience or be soaked into the atmosphere, I guess you could say. Become a part of you. Now, I do have my paranormal experiences on my channel. That's from last October. So it's there somewhere. But for some reason tonight, I felt maybe I would just start talking and whatever experiences came to my mind. Although there's one coming to my mind now, and I'd be sticking a big weight in front of my door tonight. That is the one where living in the house that my grandparents' house, but they had both passed on at this time. And I was asleep in the back room, which had become my room. And I woke up one morning, to my door going like this to going like this. And then like that. And then like that. I closed my eyes. Like, I remember it vividly. Vividly. I couldn't explain it. I didn't know what the heck was going on. You know, of course, you try and think away. Oh, it's the wind. No. No, the wind couldn't have been anything to do with that, because I'll have to find pictures that I can show you how everything was situated upstairs, but couldn't have been that. I closed my eyes, hoped that it would stop. Didn't. And I realized I gotta get up and I gotta get out and I gotta grab that door and stop it. So, somehow or another, I got myself out of bed, jumped out, off the bed, grabbed the door, and then I let go and didn't move. Then I remember looking behind the door, and there was a key, like a plastic key, and I think there was like a round dot on the top, and whatever color it turned was supposed to be for what the weather was going to be like. And if I'm remembering correctly, the name on it, I think, was my grandmother's brother, a business he might have had. And I thought, maybe it was him. I don't know. But that's where my fear of doors came in. Absolutely terrified of doors. So that was likely one of the spookiest things. Like, just seeing that door doing that and realizing there's no reason for it to be doing that. That just freaked me right out. I don't know if I ever told my parents about it, though. Probably didn't. I would imagine. But one of the other things that really freaked me out that happened, it wasn't at our house. It was at my sister's house when she lived in Mississauga. And I was in her basement with her nephew, his sister, and his youngest sister. We were all down there talking about what, I can't tell you. I cannot remember. But we were all yapping about something. And just in that minute when we were all quiet and taking a breath, I swear, out of the middle of the room, my name was said. We all looked at each other. Like, what the heck was that? So her nephew tells his sister, go up and see if Uncle called her. So the young one says, okay. She goes upstairs. A few minutes later, she comes downstairs. No, he didn't call her. So now we're all looking at each other. It's like, he didn't call me. And where did that come from? And why is it calling me? We never found out any reason for it. Still to this day, that freaks me out. I I wish I had a reason or an explanation as to who or why or where, but I don't. I really don't. I don't know if anybody else has had something like that happen to them, where you've heard your name called out of nowhere, that it's freaked you out. Funny thing is, I think I still went into my sister's basement after that. It's kind of weird, eh? Kind of weird. And other experiences I had. One was, actually it was a dream. My grandmother had come to me in a dream quite a few times after she passed away. And this one time she came and she told me she couldn't come back. And I was all upset. I told her she had to come back, but she said she couldn't. So when I grabbed the wheelchair that she was in to turn it around, a friend of mine was in it. And it just so happened that I did become closer to this friend afterwards. And I also became closer to my mom, too, after my grandma passed away. But it was all kind of surreal, kind of crazy. So another time she came to me in my dream, and she showed me this room. Almost like a warehouse, I guess. With all these clothes tacked onto the, tacked onto the wall. Some of them I remember, but as to tell you what some of them actually were, even though I remember them right now. But the ones that I remembered the most were a velvet skirt and jacket, a wedding dress, and pajamas I had as a kid. Satin pajamas as I had as a kid. I remember those. So my grandma passed when I was just before my 16th birthday. And when I was 17, I started going out with this one guy. I never told him anything about my dreams. I don't even know if he was a believer in that stuff or not. I cannot remember. But I never told him. And then one day, he surprised me with a skirt and a jacket. And it just so happens that they were velvet. And when I had time to reflect on this gift, I realized it was the jacket and the skirt that my grandmother had showed me years before in that room. How do you explain that? Really, really strange. But there it was. Couldn't say it didn't happen. And like I said, he had no knowledge of these dreams. None whatsoever. But it's all, oh come on. It's almost to me like if I was looking forward to doors open, but that's been canceled, I believe. Just to get into some of these historic places, to feel them out, see if I could feel anything or have any experience. Like I would have loved to go, or maybe still could at some point, go back to Mackenzie King Estates. Because we've had two experiences. We've had experiences both times we've been there. And I would love nothing better but to have another one. It's like you want it to be You want to suck in the experience. You want to be like a sponge and just bring it into you. There's just, I don't know if you call it a high, or there's just some thrill that you get with these experiences. A validation that you get. It's something that you can share with people. Now that there are more people out there that are believing, that you can share with them. It's like a very rich experience. It's the only way I can think to somewhat describe it. It's a very rich, empowering experience. Yeah, that would be it. I guess that's why old houses just seem to draw my attention. It's like I can't get enough. I have to hear more. I have to see more. I just want it to soak into my skin and be a part of me. I know I'm strange. That's the way it is. But anyways, so I just thought I'd share some of that with you while I was doing this. Just like, you know, if you were here at my place, be yapping. You'd be yapping. We'd be sharing what we're thinking. And so any of your experiences, and I said this, I believe, with when I originally mentioned my experiences, any that you have, please feel free to share with me. Share with me here, you know, in the comments. Write down stuff that's happened to you. I'd love to read it. I think it'd be awesome to know that there are other, I mean, I know there's other people out there, but to be able to read your experiences would be pretty cool for me. And hopefully for you to share. Because I know sometimes people don't like to share because others tend to laugh at you. And they think you're crazy. But trust me, I won't. Oh, you scared the heck out of me. Hang on. Okay, guys. Yeah, hubby just scared the heck out of me. Man, oh man. But anyhow. So that was just a couple of my experiences. Saves you searching through all that stuff. And I would actually, I don't think I did this when I first did them, but I'll look out some photos so that you can see these places that I'm talking about. Because most of you don't live here, or you didn't live in Toronto, so you'll have no clue about these places that I'll be telling you about, or retelling with photos. So, but anyhow, thank you for coming by to listen to me babble. I don't know why that just stuck in my head that I should maybe do that tonight while I'm farting around here. So to my subscribers, thank you for joining me again. It is always appreciated. I enjoy you stopping by and reading your comments. Anybody just coming by to see what the old broad is talking about, consider becoming a subscriber. If you do, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload. And check out my other videos. There might be something there that you find more interesting than this. If you do, consider a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. I will get back to you. And share any of my videos out if you'd like to. Maybe somebody else would find one of them interesting. You never know. So, have a great, this is not cooperating. Have a great rest of the evening. And as always, ciao for now.